Welcome to Sparkle Speaks. Listen, this is my vlogging channel where I'll be telling you guys about my life, my interesting life. I'm not sure what time you'll be watching this video, whether it be morning, evening, afternoon, or the night. But I hope you're having a great time, whatever time it is for you. Okay, we're going to get right into it. But before we do, let's subscribe to this channel. You're gonna love it. We're gonna talk fashion. We're gonna talk spirituality. We're gonna talk, oh my gosh, my life, period. Which may be boring to some, but interesting to others. I'm sure it'll be interesting. All right, so here we go. Finding joy in the journey. I want to first talk about my move to Arizona. I'm from South Carolina. I was raised in South Carolina. I was actually born in Comanche, Oklahoma. Okay, but I was raised basically my entire life in South Carolina, small town girl, Hemingway, South Carolina. And I went to college, Benedict College. Whoop, whoop, BC, BC. You know. One of the best HBCUs in the country. Okay. Oh my gosh. And then I settled in Columbia, South Carolina, where I stayed for the majority of my adulthood. Okay. And so, I planted myself there. Church. I got saved in 1999 when I got to college. I gave my life to the Lord, and life was hard. Life was hard. I'll talk about my family life and trauma on another video, but I really want to talk about the move. Okay, so in maybe early 2020, I just had a unction of feeling oh my gosh, it was overwhelming to relocate. Emotionally, I was ready. Spiritually, I was ready. I just physically had not taken the move. And so in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm either gonna move to Charlotte, North Carolina, Greenville, or someplace close, fairly close, or Atlanta, which isn't far from my family. If something happens to me, I could call on them and they could come. I had no idea that God would be moving me across the country. So let me dispel the rumors that I moved because of a man. Because it seems that everybody I speak with ask me, hey, Chantel, Shawnee, who's your new boo? No, it's no new boo. Okay, it never was no new boo. Okay. I moved because of me. And that's one thing I want to say. If you don't move because of you, you're going to be sad and very surprised that you're not happy. Okay, so I did this for me. I did this because I wanted to change. I did this because I needed a new start, a new environment with new people, a new place, just to start over, not to lose my identity as Chantel or Sparkle. Not to hide or run away from my past or things that had my life shaken. I wanted to move because I just needed a new start. And literally, financially, a new start emotionally and spiritually. I needed a new start. So I was applying to jobs in those places, those local areas that were close to South Carolina. And nothing was coming through. Nothing was coming through. And this particular job in Arizona inboxed me, and they were interested in my resume and wanted me to interview. So I actually had gotten this job. This wasn't the job that I'm currently at today. I got this job, and they wanted me to move like in 2 weeks, and I could not because I couldn't even wrap my mind around moving to Arizona. Okay, so on the Southwest. So I was like, oh my God, are you serious? And so that's when I actually started researching Arizona. and the state and the economy and the people and the population and all that. So I started applying for jobs in Arizona. And the more I started applying, the more I started reading up on the state, the more I wanted to move there. And I had several interviews and I got all the jobs offered. But this job in particular, I prayed about it and God gave me a release to go. And it was actually someone who interviewed me from Columbia, South Carolina, and she had moved about 5 years ago previously. So that just had confirmation in my spirit that, okay, this is the job for you. This is the place for you to grow. This is a place for you to learn. This is a place for you to expand even your business and to grow spiritually as well. So I got a job. Everything worked out. They gave me like 3 to 4 weeks to move, and I moved. I drove cross country and I moved, and the first week was so hard. It was so hard. I was crying when I talked to my nieces and my nephew and my sister. They didn't know I was crying on the other end, but I was crying because I was like, oh God, did I do the right thing? Did I do the right thing? Because the first week of my job was very hard. Was very, 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 very hard. I like the people. I love the children. The children they were different. They didn't listen, okay? It was just something that I did not imagine, okay? And I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit. And one of the teachers that I was shadowing that day, she said, if my body wanted to quit too, not only, emotionally, but physically. I could not handle walking up and down the stairs 10 times a day with the students, and because I'm on the second floor, so you can't take the kids in the elevator, not 30 of them, and so the wear and tear on my body, because I had not been that mobile, I had not been that active, really took a toll on me. Like, I thought I was going to give out. And so this particular teacher, she said, don't give up. She said, I feel like this is my first week. Your body has to get adjusted to standing all day, to walking all day, to walking up and down the steps. She said, give it 2 more weeks. If you give it 2 more weeks, I promise you're gonna feel better. And indeed I did. I felt so much better. The kids got acclimated to my schedule, to me. They are now being recognized as a great class in the hallway. So it has just been a journey, okay? And I'm glad I stuck it out, because I know I'm there for a purpose. I'm there to learn, not only to give, but to learn so much from the teachers, from the staff, from administration, from the students, different cultures, different backgrounds. And I am just elated to even be a part of a school so great. And oh God, it put everything back in perspective. It put me on a schedule. And I realized for the first time that I had been depressed. I had been depressed in South Carolina, and I did not even know it. And I came to realize this even through therapy. I was functional, but I was depressed. Just with a lot of things, my environment, depressed about my vocal ability, depressed about not being where I should be, where I thought I should be at the time. Being almost 40 and not married, with no children. Just a lot was weighing on me that I never addressed and I never confronted. Even things from my past in my childhood that I kind of buried, or in relational things, and I just buried them and not deal with them and just become numb. And so that turns into a type of depression that can be overwhelming. So even in that, before I moved, I was a hoarder. Me. Oh my God, my house was not like the house people on TV now, but it was close. You know, I kept everything, boxes stacked up. It took me about 2 weeks to get my place back to normal so I could move. And that's when I realized I have an issue. I have a problem. I eat my problems. I use other outlets to deal with them, work my problems. But in the end, they don't go away. You have to face them. You have to sit in whatever pain it is. You have to sit in it. I didn't say stay in it. You have to sit in it. You have to sit in it, deal with it, and move on. And that's what I'm doing today. Sit in it and move on. So now I'm on a schedule. Now I'm feeling 100% better. And now I'm looking for a church home. Even when I was in South Carolina, I had given up on so much. The pandemic hit. I had stopped going to church before the pandemic. I didn't stop God, but